Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, everyone. Uh, Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Welcome and welcome. We'll be joining our guy from Liberia here. Please share the show. Let us know where you are following us from. Let us know. Let's share the show. We'll be discussing a lot of different things. We do have a guest. We'll also have a guest panelist
We're doing very big.
later on today. Melbourne, good afternoon, good evening. Melbourne, what's going on?
Yeah, Steve, if you're getting me, I'm getting you. Sorry, there was some I don't know, interfering, but how be it? I'm good. Thank God, how everything with you? Why
Yes.
did you overcome me on my stuff, man? Yeah, go ahead.
Help us share the show, please. A lot of things to talk about today. Good afternoon, good evening. Let's share the show. Thank you for those of you who are sharing the show. I think I'm seeing a couple of people helping us share the show. Melbourne, a lot of things going on in the country, a lot of noise going on in the country. Folks, let's share the show. Good evening, good afternoon. Let's share the show, please. Very interesting things are happening. Let's share the show. The Republican convention is ongoing. Yeah, let's share the show. Share the show. Good evening, good afternoon, good day.
Sorry, my brother. Yeah, indeed, my brother. Sorry, there are some emergency. I don't know. Are you getting any feedback? If
I'll get feedback earlier, but
all right, then let me log out and be
it
able
looks
to come in.
like it's much better. You can, I mean, if you want to, you can log out and come back. Folks, let's share the show. Good afternoon. Good evening, folks. Please help us share the show. Help us share the show, please. Good afternoon, good evening. Like I said, we will have a guest with us today, and then we'll have a panelist or guest panelist joining us as well. So we have a busy Wednesday. Let's share the show in the meantime. Um, let's share the show in the meantime. Let's share the show in the meantime.
Is 11 minutes past 6. Steve, is everything okay now? I
Yeah,
think much better.
you're still looking a little blurry, but we can handle.
But we are not getting you. I don't know for what reason. But we are not getting you. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes, I'm getting you. I'm getting you now, remember.
My man, I have funny internet where I get what I don't able to look. We got stable And good internet, when I can phone
big, yeah, we're gonna stable internet. But sometimes your brother can go off, and come back home. You're gonna think you're happy. Look, the same way we're struggling. The other season, or maybe the other year, or maybe the other time, the same way we are struggling for leadership. Now you people are also struggling for leadership. The same way we're struggling for internet. Now you're struggling for internet. So we equal. Let's go talk. Talk everything.
No, I don't think the United States is struggling for leadership, though.
A big year.
No, I don't think the United States is struggling for leadership. Let me tell you why now. Let me tell you why.
Why?
You see, the people have a system in this place that guarantee, regardless of the leader you put in there, the people have a system. That's the difference. That is a huge difference.
So I'm not saying that you people are suffering maybe from systematic problem or maybe system problem, but it's just about the leader. And I agree with you 100%. Like I told someone, I said, the U.S. is struggling like Liberia, struggling for leadership. But mind you, your system is still intact. Nobody is going to override the security system. Nobody is going to override the labor system. Nobody going to override all of the system, the judicial system, and everything. So the one job made U.S. to be great.
Well, one person wants to do that, which is President Donald Trump. He does not.
No, I don't agree.
That's true.
I disagree.
It's not about agreeing or not agreeing. It's just about what the facts are. First of all, you don't undermine the judicial system as a sitting president. Yesterday I got a call from a friend, a brother, or source who, said, and why you got discussed the Gloria Mususka, you're making it sound like Gloria Mususka guilty. No, there is nowhere on this show we've ever said it. But we said the behavior of Yomli Kanga Lawrence yesterday as a sitting Senate pro tem, for which Gloria Mususka also served as a lawyer into her most recent case with Musa Hassan Bilete for the Liberty Party, is a conflict of interest, and she put herself in a compromising position going to the Supreme Court hearing yesterday. She's not just anybody. And whoever advised her, it was ill-advised, and that decision was not the right one. It was not strategic. It was not timely. It was ill-advised. It was ill-advised. You don't undermine the rule of law. Her presence alone as the fourth person in the nation to be to a Supreme Court, who stood as your lawyer.
Seriously, myself.
Come on, we know better. We should do better. We know better as a people. We should do better.
And I join you, my brother, to also say yes. Myself, I respectfully disagree with the way maybe she went there or she was seen there a person. I think that was also wrong. But anyway, we like the news that are also coming from there, no matter of her presence or maybe how maybe she will maybe thinking about maybe.
Muna, welcome, but you might want to come in the middle of the screen. You are on the side. You're too far inside.
Yeah, so
I beg you, please, can you scoop in the middle a little more? No, this side. Were you hiding from somebody? Let me find out. Well, you never know. But welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm okay, Steve, and you?
Doing very well, thank you. Milton, please go ahead. You're making a point that
yeah. So the lawmaker just entered, or the former lawmaker just entered. So let me go there and see our best to help him out. Then I'm going to say what I was saying.
Yes, please. Yes, do that quickly. Muna, how are you and what's going on from the outer side of the country? What's happening?
I'm fine. Everything is cool in Grenada County. It's anybody want to that business. So, because yeah, better love anything. Yeah, get money and okay, or clean or campaign. I don't want to have any right in Grenada County.
But your senior senator Zoe Emmanuel Peno this morning said you appeared to him in your dream, say that if Joseph Boga bring the yellow machine document, he must sign it. What say you appear to Zoe Peno in your dream? Because
they appear to hear a dream.
Yeah, Emmanuel Zopeno confidently said that this morning.
You read it, yeah.
Well, so you appear into people in your dreams around here?
But who appeared to in your dream?
But Emmanuel Zopeno said the Grenadians appeared to him in a dream and said you should vote
maybe you know them.
for the yellow machine. The yellow machine. Can you imagine the yellow machine document now, even with them? He said the yellow machine document now with them, but you appear there and say, when they bring a document. So what's going on with y'all? What's going on with the poor Grenadians?
No, Steve is like, maybe he know and the people that appear to him. Yeah, he know them. But maybe I don't know. Maybe he know who appear to him, but my yellow machine issue. He know them. Yeah. On the time we just got it.
No, they think we got to look into it. For
document is not in your hand. Document is not there. Then you say people appear to you, the Grenadian appear to you in your dream.
Yeah. So for those of you who can interpret dream, please help Muna, because Muna appear in somebody's dream.
The book can interpret dream. Be helpful. Don't open the phone and be help us. Be help. No. Steve, this is Liberia, Steve. This is Liberia.
That country is very, very interesting.
I'm telling you, seriously. So much interest.
I listened to the man praised the Unity Party-led government on how they brought a road from Grand Jida to this other place, and he's grateful. It has never happened in the history of Liberia. So I'm wondering, then later on, he finished this and then he changed it to your appearing in his sleep. So I said, well, I will ask Mona today. Maybe Mona, if you know how to appear in post sleep, can you show me? To me, I won't be appearing in post sleep.
But see that I know it. Myself know it's how to appear. Myself I know it. If you want to appear in your sleep, to understand some things. But I think I'll open the phone lines. I think they will help us. The old people can interpret dreams. They can see our best to interpret that dream, to know what that dream all about. The dream talking about to know what about. If it's a dream that in the interest of the country of Grenadians, then we'll know. Or if it's not in the interest of the Grenadians, they will know too. Because everybody listening, so they will interpret that dream.
But Melbourne, you are son of the soul from Grand Jida. Did you appear in Zopeno sleep too? Because Senator Zopeno said you appear in sleep, and you say he must vote for the document. So you appearing in people's sleep, Melbourne?
And let me be frank, that's just quite frustrating, and it is unfortunate to come from one of our sons, or in fact, the most talked about, Honorable Zoe Emmanuel Peno, that he will be talking about some of these things. So, but again, thank God for one of our lawmakers who also talk about the living condition of our people and the prison compound and so on. Yeah, Honorable Debbie, is that Debbie, right?
She got DB, the prison compound.
DB, good. DB. So indeed, I want to say congratulations to him. These are people that will look, in fact, that we are looking for. We are not here for anybody so talking about having sleep or having a dream, all those kind of things. So where we are right now, we need both spiritual and physical life. Sometimes you see the reason why we sometimes talk about some of the religious leaders because they are not, in fact, they are not even talking about physical life, but they always talking about spiritual life. So people always talk about them, but again, my brother, I have no time for that. So let me see what our lawmaker, Steve, please check as to whether the
lawmaker will join us very soon. Folks, we have one of our lawmakers, former lawmaker from Grand Bassa County. He will introduce himself. But let me make a quick disclaimer because it's important for us to make a disclaimer. This is the very first time this lawmaker and I will interact on the radio, TV, the network, or whatever it is. But I want to make a disclaimer. This lawmaker and I, we're friends. We're brothers. We go way back.
I like that.
Yeah, Vincent.
Before the matter, but maybe you didn't even know me more than Steve. Steve know me than you do. I said, he said, look at you, baby.
We play for the same high school. Okay. We're on the same high school team. We play for the same high school. I mean, I'm saying very close, not close, more family. So, I mean, but at the end of the day, we'll have conversation about Mama Liberia. The man is a leader, a national leader, and so there will be no favoritism. I just want to make it clear that we have a relationship. I know him. He's a brother. I'm not just saying I want more brother. That brother who came away down the line. Yeah. You know what time it is. Yeah, we grew up together. So I'm excited, since he was lawmaker, I think for 12 years or so or less. We spoke here once in a while, just on different things, but he's a man that, he's a brother. I want us to be clear. I'm not going to say much about him. I'm not going to say anything more. He's a brother. It feels different when you get when you get your own ball on the hot seat.
Yeah. Oh my
God. It's different. Yeah, it feels different when you get family on the hot seat.
Yes, indeed, I like that. So quickly, Steve, Muna, I sent you a message, but up to date, you haven't yet to respond. But again, I know we live in a technology world, and I want you to be active on the internet, please. Yeah.
My man. After the show, you can
because Steve been embarrassing me. Oh, this thing gave me other maybe.
I had to send my WhatsApp number.
Oh,
okay. All right. Well, then that's good.
Well, folks, we will bring in the former representative, Representative Vincent Willie, former Representative Vincent Willie. Welcome to the show, Mr. Willie. How are you?
Thank you very much. Let me say good evening to you guys from our side. I don't know what time is it on your side, but it's a pleasure sitting here today to interact with you guys. And let me say good evening to the people of Liberia. And good morning, good afternoon, depends on the time zone of your area. But it's a pleasure being here today. And let me say, I hope to receive all of the questions. I know your inquiry, your concern, and let's have a conversation. Of course, like Bode said, we've come a very long way, very, very long way back in Danane, Ivory Coast. So he's somebody that I know very well. And I was telling a colleague that came to me. So I told him that, yes, I've been knowing Bode for a while. So it's a pleasure being here this evening. And I hope you're doing great, Bode. Thanks to you and your team. You guys are doing pretty good. So thank you very much.
Yes, Representative, thank you so much and welcome to SKTV. Just so you know, I will probably call you, I'll text you. We're having our reunion in the old timer coming up in August, but I will hit you also. We can talk about our the football side, we'll talk about it. Okay. But good to see you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here today.
Wonderful. Well, folks, please help us share the show. We are in conversation with former Representative Vincent Willie. He will have the opportunity to introduce himself, which district he served from, and so forth. Representative Willie, this is your first time on SKTV. Do you mind please introducing yourself really quick to our people?
Yeah, so I'm Vincent Samuel Tinizi Willie, and I'm a Liberian, and I come from Grand Bassa County, somewhere I call the nation, the We Nation. I used to be the representative and leader of that nation. I was born and raised in Baza, schooled in Baza. That was prior to the war, and later on, we have to exit, and I went to the Ivory Coast. While in Ivory Coast, I had to graduate from the St. James Liberian Catholic High School in Ivory Coast. This high school I graduated from, and I moved to Liberia. After a couple of years, I moved to Liberia, and I started school at the African Methodist Episcopal University, where I graduated from. I was also at the University of Liberia, and around junior student, I got the scholarship, and I left to go to London, and I went to the UK, specifically in Scotland, graduated from the University of Dundee in Scotland, and I graduated and moved back home. Before then, I worked at the judiciary for several years, and I used to coordinate a program that was introduced then sponsored by the African Development, the American Bar Association, UC, and the Ministry of Justice and the Judiciary. That program was meant to reduce the overcrowdedness of the prison. So I was coordinating that program for several years before I left for study. And that program was called the Fast Track Court. So that court was seated in the central prison of Monrovia. And every time we would move in with magistrates. And so the intent of that code was for them, because the code was the prison compound was getting overcrowded. People were jumping over the fence. There were inmates that for just low level cases, they were there. People were not pressing charge, and they were there. So the prison was getting overcrowded. So the American Bar Association, UC, and several other groups, and they started to sponsor that program. So that how I was asked to run that program. So I coordinated that program for several years, I think up to 5 years, and I left for study. I came back, I worked with the National Oil Company for several years too. And I was also trained as the defense staff when Dancop International came and SSR, when they was restructuring the army and all of the staff of defense. So I was one of the 118, if I'm exactly 118 or 117 person that graduated. It was a rigorous process. Yeah, we had up to 1,000 person going through that program, but at the end of the day, we're around 100, I think 118 or 117 person that graduated from that program. And so yes, I've been in private life, private sector, I've been in public sector, the government, and then in 2017, my people asked me to contest. And then 2017, I contested. I left the National Oil Company. I resigned after I won the election October 10, 2017. And I joined the legislature. While in the legislature, I started. Now I've been teaching also as lecturer at the university, AMA University, for several years, more than 8 years to 10 years now. I've been lecturer at the university. And I also was a student of the Cardinal University doing environmental science, and then actively engaged in the politics. I had to drop off. So I think yes, I'm married with 4 children, a beautiful girl and 3 boys. So I think that's all. I'm also in school, currently back in the UK in school at the Manchester University in Manchester City. So yes, I'm still a student, and so I lay down chalk a little bit now. And then for a while now, over 9 months, I think I've been out of the media and politics. I just came back a few days ago. So
Okay.
except you have other things you want to know about me, I think of here, those are the little one I can pick up from there.
Thank you so much, Representative Willie. We want to welcome you. Let's kickstart the conversation really quick. Did you contest? Are you still with the? Are you with the CDC? Did you contest as an independent? Where are you right now in the political spectrum of Liberia? Where are you?
I stay where I used to be. So I through all my life, the only party I've joined is the Liberty Party. Uh, so somewhere in 2016, when I pushed very hard and I wanted to contest on the Liberty Party ticket, requesting for primary, our then political leader, may his soul rest in peace, Councillor Bronskin, asked me that I have to give in. Asked me to give in to Honorable Baron Brown, J. Baron Brown, and I told him that it was late because I have done a lot of engagement. Uh, I've gotten the blessing of the party, the members of the party executive, the youth wing, and everyone. So it was too late. I could only offer one thing, and I told him I will go to the process. I wouldn't say anything about you, but I would campaign. And I went to the process, and I won as an independent candidate. After the election, they called me as a son, and we started to build our relationship again. And the co-hands of death came and took him away. 2023, I still contested as independent. As an independent candidate, 2023, I contested and I supported the CDC. So I still remain an independent candidate. I have not joined any political party as it stands, and I'm here as an independent candidate.
Thank you so
But
much.
I still believe in it. Let me be clear here and be very much emphatically clear that if you were to bring back the same election 2023, I will still support Ambassador President George Manawia, former President George Manawia.
Okay, thank you so
I have
much.
and let me be clear, I have no regret in the decision I made in supporting him 2023. No regret, absolutely no regret. But I still remain as an independent candidate.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, folks, we're just kickstarting the conversation. As you heard, former Representative Vincent Willie from Grand Bassa. Vincent, did you represent District 5 in Grand Bassa? Just to be clear?
Electoral District 4.
4, okay, thank you.
District 3 and Electoral District 4.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for the correction. Before we go on, Mr. Kane and the rest of the panelists here to ask you some questions. I let you talk politics. I let you talk other things. Mr. Kane and with the political side. But let me ask you this question. The United Party government has won the election. You've left the House of Representatives or the legislative branch of government. What say you about the legislative branch of government in 6 months, we'll say, on a new administration?
You say?
So I say you've left the legislature. The United Party government is in power. What say you about the legislature 6 months on a United Party-led administration? What say you about the legislature, especially the House of Representatives where you were before?
Well, basically, I cannot say much. I can say much about the Unity Party government now, but I cannot say much about the entire legislature because I know that I haven't heard a lot about most of the passage, the bills that have been passed, some of the acts that have been incorporated. I haven't seen much yet, but I know very well that they've been working. I read few things about some of the Wulu Balo they've been having concerning speaker removal and different plans. I've been following the new light. Those are now been actively being engaged with the politics, but I've been reading a lot, and I know some of the advocacy has been taken on by my former colleague, friend Safoko, few other seditions about the way President Bouakar is leading and follow some of the talks of Yeke Koluba and like some other former colleagues and some of the new lawmakers who joined the legislatures and are currently in the 55th legislature. So basically, I haven't read a lot of things about them. We can follow. Maybe in a year time, they might have done a lot of things beside the passage of the budgets that I heard about and so forth.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kana, welcome to the show, and it's on you.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, so thank you so much to you, Steve, and to Mabel, Mona, and Lawrence on SKTV. I want to welcome Mr. former Representative Vincent Willie. I think this is his first time appearing on SKTV. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So how does it feel being a former representative, given what you guys,
Say that again?
In Labrador there? Because in Liberia,
I didn't get you clear. You say?
I said, how does it feel being a former representative, given the fact that when you're in Liberia, when you are in the House of Representatives or the Senate, people call you honorable. You're getting all the free money. You're getting all the respect. And how does it feel being a former official of government, especially from the House of Representatives?
So basically, being a former representative and being a representative in my personal life, I don't see any major difference. Of course, in my private life, yeah, in as a representative, you representative, yeah, you got government car, you been paid around $5,800, with maybe around $150, 150,000, sometimes depending on the rate, go to 160, 175 liberty, 175,000, 180,000, sometimes 150, 160, depending on the exchange rate. And then one around 5,800. When I was there, it was around $2,000 gasoline, which sometimes you receive after every 4 5 months. Then you receive 1 2 months. The salary, yeah, it was always on time, but with a lot of burden. Before the money comes, you have already used more than the monthly salary. So yes, it has a lot of pressure, most especially some of us who join the legislature with a mindset that look, we want to change the life of our people, we want to transform society. We didn't see the legislature. I've been a professional man all through my life. I didn't see the legislature as a hustle ground, like I used to say. So leaving the legislature, most of the people who know me, if you ask them, they will tell you my physical morphology has even changed than when I was in the legislature because it was so stressful. You enjoy the political debates, yes, and different things, but the pressure the job go with is so difficult. And it's so difficult. People say a lot of
So how
money.
long, how long, how long were you in the legislature for?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah,
And
six
then
years.
you decided to go for Senate, right?
Yeah, 2020.
So
2020, I contested as a senator.
will you stay at the will you stay in the House of Representatives before you decided to go for the Senate, or you were defeated first before you went for the Senate?
I was still in the legislature. So
Why
let
you
me, the
why
question
you
you
why
asked.
you decided to go for the Senate is as opposed to
So hold
contest.
on, small now. You asked a question. So I did the legislature. So I'm coming outside of the legislature. Then when I'm done, you move in. So outside the legislature, like I said earlier, given my professional background, the only difference I see is that the breeding has reduced drastically. Nobody calling me again for baby talk, be better, giving birth, and different things. But once you have become a leader, you are a leader for certain group of people. They will always interact with you. So yes, for that one, you still go with it. Yeah, but I don't see much different except that I just a private professional, probably doing my own smaller consultancy from outside. That's all. So the different thing
Are,
I see there.
are you
So
still
like
thinking
you
about
said,
going
I
back?
was in the legislature when I
Are you still thinking
contested
back? Hold
for
on
the
one second.
Senate.
One second. Are you still thinking about going back to the legislature?
Say that again.
Do you plan to go back to the legislature? Are you contesting again?
It's a decision I've not made yet.
So you enjoy the private life.
I've not made that decision yet. Like I said, if you had known me when I was in the legislature and current and comparing it to my current morphology, you are seeing that there's a great difference. So as to whether I will contest again 2029 or not, it's a decision I have not reached yet.
So if you were to contest again, will you go for the Senate or the House of Representatives?
I just
If,
said it's a
if
decision
you
I've
were
not
to,
made yet. Whether I will
that's what
go
I'm
to the
saying. If you were to do
and the
that,
entire legislature, include the Senate, include the House. So the legislature is a joint houses. It's both the Senate and the House. So I have not made a decision whether I will contest as a senator or I will contest as a rep. It's a decision I have not reached yet.
so what were some of the challenges you faced in your last election where you contested for the Senate and you did not
Several
win?
one, several one.
What are some of
The
the
thing
challenges?
is, we Liberia is a society that the life our people live here, we are all interdependent. For instance, Bole is here working, even outside of government. Bole is even an accountant somewhere. There are several people in the interior that depend on probably 1,000 or 2,000 bullet making. That's the first thing. At least to say a politician, you are the justice minister, you are the health minister, you are the public work minister, you are the defense minister, you are police director, and you can just name all. Like in the districts that I was representing, even up to current, you cannot see the visibility of even up to 20 police. So during my time, I have to work with the police commander in my district for them to introduce what I would call the community policing. So I was always chipping in, and there's a group now that is in Basel now. So I always chipping in for them to keep those guys up. So for instance, the district fall between Bon, Nima, and Riverses. That's it, if you are building the boundaries for that district. So the part of the district from somewhere you call St. John, which is just the border to Bon County, to hit this border to Nima County, where on a rota one way is representing called Surutan. That one way represent her area that are covered or somewhere they call Glade. So Glade and Surutan is just a little water, little river that's the boundary. So the people there they interact. People area when you cross on Nima side, they speak Basa. Those same people you speak to, then they will speak Mano. If you come to Basel side, those same people they speak in Mano. If you touch them, they will start to speak Basel. On the other side, they start to speak Pele. So the distance down there is almost like 2 hours drive, 2 to 3 hour drive. You will drive on that road, my brother, you will not see police there. If anything happen in our forest, you're on your own. That's the first challenge there. So people there, what happened, what not happened, they're managing their own self. It came a time there was a serious riot between the people of Nima and the people of Basel over land dispute. We could not rest on the late Honorable Gweglo and we had to be running on our road back to back as if we were the police commander or justice minister. That's
all right. So I don't mean to cut you off, but my question was related to your running for the Senate, where you did not win.
That's a challenge. So I thought you were talking about.
I say, what are some of the challenges during that election that you did not win? That's what I said. What some of the reasons why you think you fell short of winning?
So I don't. Like I said, I had everything to go through the process. I felt, and I still remain. I felt I've had several tangible across the district. Like I said the other day on True Event, that loser story not sweet. So when you lost election, go and sit down in your corner and start to think about different things and move on with your life. It's not good to say, oh, it is John Brown, it is Paul Brown, oh, that miracle. Because this one have people say, man, get up from here, man, go sit down, man. You not lost election, go find different thing. So normally I don't like to talk about what happened, why you lost and attributing it to people. No, I don't do that. I have built bridges across the district. I have clinic. I've had schools and everything a person who have done to win election. I was campaigning across the district at the same time campaigning for President. We are the people. You cannot question the people's decision. You're not in the heart. You don't know what they want from you. The thing about election, the president won't going behind the box. What they're going to do there, you don't know it. So you cannot say, oh, this is what happened, or I did not do this one. So what I tell my boss most of the time, I blame everything on myself. I'm not a leader that go to war when you fail the war and then you start blaming people all over the place. No, I don't do that. So you think I say, oh, this was a mistake and this was a mistake? No.
So you think it could be? So you think it could be because normally was a better candidate?
Normally what?
A better candidate?
No. The thing is a decision. When you're talking about better candidate, then you have to look at different things. Because in terms of tangible, I've got tangible across the country. I can proudly say that to you. You can take your microphone to Basel. When I was contesting against Honorable Baron Brown, Bronskin could hold your hand for Nima County and bring you to Basel to contest, and you were won. But Bronskin campaign, may so rest in peace, campaign against me, and I still defeated the Liberty Party candidate. So every election year has its own fever. Every election has its own fever. So it is just the word of God in my mind and the decision and the mind of the people. So it is not about this person or the best
my last question now. My last question now. Go back to Steve. You think anybody can defeat Nyomli in Grand Basso? Because since she started, she has not been defeated. You think anybody can defeat Nyomli in Grand Basso?
Nyomli who have been defeated have not contested. She who are going to be defeated face down flat. The numbers are there.
It didn't happen. I said, you think anybody can defeat?
You say you think. I'm giving you the analysis. You are on the internet.
I'm talking about the future now. The past already is gone. I'm talking about the future. Anybody can defeat her. Because nobody have able to defeat her.
So I'm not getting you too clear. Come again.
Nobody have been able to defeat her. Do you think she can be defeated in Grand Basso?
As a senator or as who?
As a senator.
If she contesting for the third time?
Anything Nyomli has done, she has won in Grand Basso. So I'm asking whether she can be defeated.
You're talking two things. I wanted to go back to say future. Now you're bringing me back to the.
No, I'm just telling you, based on the past, she won every contest, everything.
So you don't do political analysis that way. You have to look at the numbers.
I'm not a politician running. You don't want to do the political analysis.
So if you're not a politician, then you look at numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah, but I'm not a politician. I'm not asking you. You to do the analysis for us.
So I'm a statistician. I'm going to say, give me a chance.
Okay.
So you're not a politician. Probably you're not a statistician. So you first have to know what determined the victory. So in 2020, when Nyomli won the election, then you look at Grand Basso have 5 districts and see the variance of the vote between she and Finlay and myself. My district, I have swept the entire district. Finlay came second to me. In our election, I don't think Nyomli even got up to 2,000 votes in my district. She didn't. So in eating one, where Finlay comes from, Nyomli had 13 the scores with Finlay in number 1. So if you compare all of the numbers and you remove my vote, meaning let's assume, I'm doing an assumption analysis that I have not contested Finlay who are beating her with face down flat. Because Finlay I won my district. Finlay had won Buchanan City. So Nyomli won the other 2 counties that had the votes were lesser, and Finlay came second to her. Where I won, Finlay came second to me. So if you look at the analysis and remove the vote of mine, Finlay who are beating her flat.
So in that case, you were the spoiler.
It's your choice of war, but I was contesting to be senator. So
yeah, but if you say you're not
spend that money to go spoil it. That's why I say, thank God you say you're not a politician, so that's why you're using the word spoiler. But who
I mean that. Okay, Steve, back to you.
let me ask you this question quickly, because earlier you said you're a member of the Liberty Party, but then in your conversation with Sekou, you also said that you contested against the Liberty Party after peace.
But I'm already a former member now.
So currently you're a former member of the Liberty Party.
Yeah, for the fact that I moved from the party and contested against the party, automatically I already a former member.
Okay, that's clearer now. So as we speak, you're a former member of the Liberty Party, you're an independent candidate.
I'm a former member of the Liberty Party, not a member of any political party in Liberia.
What is your relationship with Senator Nyomli Kanga Lawrence?
Well, we are all citizens, we're cool. We meet at function, we speak to each other. That's a major thing. We meet to state function. We speak the other day, we were on our county soccer team. We spoke to each other. In fact, we hugged each other and all. And so at federal function, obviously we all will meet there, speak to each other.
Okay. So then my next question to you is, up until now, the people of Grand Basso, in the past election, the people of Grand Basso, they will speak to do you think the people of Grand Basso are adequately represented?
In the legislature?
In both houses?
Well, they are represented. If I would say they have 5 representatives, and the 5 representatives, they have been occupied, the 5 seats that Basso has is being represented by 5 persons in the legislature, in the House of Rep. Grand Basso had 2 seats in the Senate. The 2 seats have been occupied by 2 senators. So yeah, in a nutshell, they are represented. Grand Basso is represented by 7 persons in the legislature.
You said you said in terms of tangibles, you made huge representation when you were in the legislature. Now that you've left, what are the clinics or whatever things that you did for the people of Grand Bassa? Do you believe the people that are dead now are doing similar thing or more than what you did?
That decision is left with the people of Grand Bassa County, and that decisions will be decided when they are going back to election. So, like I said, you can build all of the story building, you can distribute all of the money. The thoughts of the voters are completely different. So they judge you on their way of judging you. You cannot determine how the votes will go. That's why I said if people were looking at timetable, I will be back in the legislature. If the people are looking at debate, if they are looking at debate on the legislative floor and influence in the legislature, I will be back in the legislature. But the decision, you don't know why you were taken. You cannot blame it on anybody, or you cannot question that decision. So I cannot come here and say, oh, they are not working now. It is not my decision to make.
As the former, before we go to the rest of the panelists and then get back to Sikut for them to ask maybe one question each. As a former representative, do you support the call and the idea that the House of Representative and the Senate should be audited? Do you support that?
I wrote a letter. Google me. You are there now. Google me. In the legislature, in the House, I was the first person who wrote the House for the House to be audited. It's right there on the internet.
Okay,
so the
great.
facts I read there, what I did is there. All of the critical debates and letters I've written on the legislative floor, they are there.
Wonderful.
Google me with the audit of the House. So as yes, I support it. It is something that I requested when I was there.
All right. Thank you, Vincent.
So in the first of all, I was the first that wrote that letter.
Thank you, former Representative Vincent Willie. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're in a conversation with the representative. Let's go to Muna. Muna, you are the representative. Any question or concern for the representative?
Yes. Hi, Mr. Whitty.
Hi, Mona. How you doing?
I'm okay. Okay, I think you said that the audit in the house, you wrote it. So is it like, will you be audited too, or is this a present government, the present lawmakers?
So audit has period. And it is the Auditor General engagement letter will tell you which period they are auditing, or the person who requesting for the audit. So for
You
instance,
said you wrote.
so the way the legislature is, you cannot take a decision on your own. So I wrote plenary requesting for audit of the House. That letter was sent in committee room, voted upon and sent in committee room. Chase left in committee room until I left there. So it is a decision of your colleague. Is 73% making that decision to say, yes, we will vote for us to be audited. So that decision was not made by the 73% during my time. This time, if the 73% decide to be audited and they concur with a communication or leadership, because there are two ways. Either you write for it, either one of the colleagues write for it, or leadership. The House has its own leadership. The Senate has its own leadership. Leadership can make that decision and say we need to be audited, and then bring it to the floor, because the plenary is a higher decision maker. The leadership one cannot take a decision, say go and audit the House or audit power House, but the seated House, the current seated House, for the instance, the 55th, need to make that decision to say, look, audit the 54th, audit the 50th, the 53rd, audit the 52nd, audit the 55th. So it is a decision of this current body. It is not a decision of those that left. So when leadership, for instance, leadership make that decision, leadership will take that decision and bring it to the plenary. It is plenary that votes upon it and say, look, we agree on the decision made by the leadership, and they vote upon it. Then it goes into the journal of the legislature and it becomes a record for life. So it is when now the chief clerk now will communicate with the Auditor General and say, come and audit off for so and so period. So in this instance, I don't know the other laws that are going on. I don't know where it came from. So I cannot speak to that to say, oh, it was a decision that emanated from the leadership, or it emanated from the body from the floor by one of the lawmaker. I cannot speak to that. But I know that two ways: either it comes from the leadership, or it emanates from the floor by an individual, or sometimes international community can write. Sometimes people with petition, citizens can write. So the claims and petition will receive that petition from either an individual, one of the Liberian citizens, or group of civil society group, or different anything. So anybody can write. Like SKTB could write a petition and say, we want for the House of Representatives to be audited. That petition will be given to the claims and petition.
Mr. Willie, you said when you're in a house, you did a lot of tangibles within your district, in your county, tangibles. Now, why were you denied from entering the Senate with all the tangibles you did, your poster? Why were you denied?
But you're taking me back again. I just told you the decision to vote is an individual decision by every citizen. It's a social right given by God to every individual. Mona, I can come and give you all of the money. I can build. I can even give you zinc. Your house can be falling. I build it. I give you 100 bags of cement. If you don't want to vote for me, you'll not vote for me. You can be smiling with me. Oh, I will vote for visiting. I will vote for visiting. Put my placard all on your house. The day you go behind that small box, your decision can change. What influence your decision? I may not know.
Thank you.
Steve.
Thank you. Milton, quickly, your question.
Yeah, so I want to say this to all of us, that our panelists, or in fact, sorry, to all of our panelists and our guests have to go for break. 15 minutes of break. So, Honorable Willie, I want to say thank you for coming. In a minute, we'll be joining our news team to bring up 15 minutes of the happening right here in Liberia. So, Steve, Sekou, the CEO, and that of all of our panelists, I'm so sorry. So, that's just my own talk on today. Please, in a minute time, we want the guest to go for break, brief in, brief out, go for water break, while we go for 15 minutes. News break at least, so that they make a rest a little bit. I enjoy the questions, and I'm just so happy with all of the questions and so on. But please, let you go for break a little bit. Please.
Hey,
You want to talk tomorrow and prepare?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go for a break.
No problem. I was just trying to let you and your guests, inform that I just Google him. I didn't find him. Let him tell me how to Google. Let him tell me, what to put in the search. You can't just say Google me. There's nobody probably you can say Google X, Y, and Z. But you can't say Google me. I Google him. I didn't find him. So,
well, folks, if you are just joining us, we took a brief break here with Representative Willie, former Representative Willie from District 4, Grand Basso County. He will be back.
Steve, let me say this, man. To be honest, no offense intended for the former representative. But sometimes when I hear the names of people in Liberia, especially people in leadership, whether it's senator, whether it's representatives, or sometimes ministers, I've met some of them. Sometimes I can be asking myself, how some of these people can actually be at those positions. No disrespect to him, but the conversation, the understanding, the maturity, the choice of words, sometimes it scares me because, when you're supposed to be the people's representative, when you're supposed to be the lawmaker, you're expected to know better, to do better, and to conduct yourself in an acceptable and professional manner. Sometimes these conversations reveals a lot. They reveal a lot of things. For every time I listen to many people in Liberia, not just Vincent William, I'm not trying to attack him, but I'm just saying something that every time when I listen to some of the officials of government of Liberia and come to think of these are the people, the policy makers for us, it scares me. And I can wonder, say, why, I see why people like Joe Weir became president of Liberia. And I also wonder, see why people like Joseph Nima Boakane are even considered to run for presidency in Liberia. Because we set our bar very, very low. We have no expectation. In any country, good country, Joseph Boakane will not be contesting. Their name will not be called. Yeah, you're seeing it right now. Biden look healthy. Biden look stronger. Biden look very good, informed, connected, and everything. But people are telling Joseph Biden right now not to run. People fighting to kick him out from his own party. Because of Biden's age and the way a lot of people look at him, they feel like he doesn't have what it takes to lead the greatest country in the world. But in Liberia, we say you dare Biden, you're not dare Biden, will vote for you. That speaks to the fact that most of our people got mud in their brain. They don't look at things from the angle of what is in this for my country, what my country trying to gain, what my country tend to actually benefit from these leaders. Look at some of the statements these guys are making. But again, that's Liberia for you. That's why anybody gets more money in America here, it doesn't matter where they work, it doesn't matter what they do, they will run to Liberia. They want to be representative or senator. I've seen a lot. Plenty of them. Some of them are successful. Some of them, they will go to eat all their money. But Liberia, we have to do better. We got to actually, have some expectation. We got to set the bar a little bit higher. The bars are very low to the extent that anybody can contest for anything and anybody can be anything in Liberia. It shouldn't be like that. In Congress, you see somebody is doing this. All the people that all the committee that they can put people on, they must have some expertise, some understanding of the committee they are serving on. But in Liberia, look at the committee that Maggie is serving on. Material Bankira. Liberia is a junkyard for all political, trash. It's a junkyard to throw all the trash, in politics. In Liberia, when you're a good man, you're not good for politics. You don't know Liberian politics. You don't even understand Liberian politics. That may not even faithful to be a Liberian in Liberian politics. But when you have some background of being criminal or killer, you are the best person. Or you just be so kind of dumb A full-headed person that don't even know what's going on, then you are good. They'll vote for you. I saw it the last time. One other Peking was elected in District 13 there. I don't know if you're going color blue or color green. He said he was denied by the CDC when John Weir pulled John Weir hands up for that position. Because color blue now or color green went and divided money, they voted for him. The guy to even gave his acceptance speech winning the election, it was tough. What kind of law am I going to make if it's about lawmaking? What kind of oversight that guy going to preside over when he doesn't even know what's going on? On a serious note, there are a lot of people serving in Liberian legislature. They don't fit. They don't deserve to be over there. But again, our leaders are a clear representation of ourselves. The people who we vote for. The reflection is us. Because we are Liberians, that's why we elect people like Joe Biden and Joe Weir, because we are Liberian. So our reflection is seen clearly visible in our leaders. Good country, people that they can think twice, people that can vote based on issue, people that can vote based on the future of themselves and their country. You see it in their leaders. But for us, we vote for $20, 10 bag of rice, 1 bag of rice, 10 cup of rice. We vote for tribe. We vote for sectional solidarity. We vote for religion. We vote for country solidarity. You heard the lawmaker saying it. If vote in Liberia was going to be our tangible, he would have been re-elected. But it's not about tangibles. It's not about accomplishment. That's what we have said to them over and again. That is not the job of a representative or senator to build bridges. It is not the job of a lawmaker to build school. All you do, you put it in the legislature, you write bills, or any developmental agenda that is undertaken by the government. You use the government to do the job. So that people will not be coming to your house every day. If the school system is not improving your district, you make sure you work with the Ministry of Education through the committee to make sure the problem you have in your district, they are fixed. If you have healthcare issue, clinic, medication, you make sure the committee in the legislature or House of the Senate or representative, you work with them to make sure you get through the Ministry of Health to address the concerns in your district. You are not the one, you are not the doctor, you are not the president, you are not the superintendent, you are nobody except for a lawmaker who's supposed to be there to somehow serve as a supervisor to the government for doing their job. If they're not doing their job, you call them. But because you're getting free money, all of you have turned to humanitarian. Now you're complaining now, you're not getting any more, call for baby diapers, school fee, and this and that. He's complaining that he's getting fat, he's getting, enjoying up, because he doesn't have a stress anymore. But yeah, if you give him that man the opportunity right now, to go back there, you'll be running to go there. Because why? The free money they can get there. Even though they can complain about sharing it with their citizens, but they're getting free money there, so they all love to be there. Even the free car alone. Free car. $45,000 worth of car. $80,000 worth of car. free gasoline. That alone. They give you job, they give you car, they give you gasoline. I never seen that kind of thing. Somebody will give you horse, they give you woman, then they will feed you and the woman they will tell you how to do what to do with a woman. But what kind of human being are these people? So it's like they're taking advantage of the country. Yeah. Other people are suffering to get one beautiful Jew, but you people they give you the beautiful Jew.
CEO, yeah. I think I said it on the show before. If they cut all the benefits, and they just say $1,000 US, you see a lot of people going in the private sectors. But because of the enjoyment, you see a lot of people roaming around to become representatives. There are some people said people can vote for them. When you see them say, you see that even when they engage in issue, you look at them for long, you say, about it, man, I think they're competent to be here. But this is Liberia. You look at the person, you tell the people, say the person is not competent to become social person. They will not listen to you. Until they put the person there at the end of the day, they themselves will regret the situation before they go and make decision.
When we say Joey will not qualify, everybody say we sorted Joey. And Joey say, I didn't want to be anything. People keep to me, some will be president. Joey say, I don't want to be anything. When people keep to me, they say I will be president. And so Joey too was there as a matter. Maggie was just writing all the names. Maggie will take money from here and there, take money from everybody in one position, he take money from you. The kid of point now they take Joey as a man, they man taking a lot of money. You said to better live for your head. And Joey had to say, okay, all the children will come for a job. You will get a job, but you know, you gotta pay for it. According to Maba Molu. Say all the women and Joey get job too, you gotta be, you gotta pay for it. That kind of country we have. Then the other group of people that came against it means that they say will vote for the men. And now, just the same way Jowiya was a bobo, confused, no sense of direction.
Tell us, CEO, we're back on the radio. So yes, in a moment for now, our guest will be joining us. So indeed,
I'm looking at the screen. If the guest is seated, then we'll bring the man on the screen.
Yes, no, I don't want to inform, but you can continue.
Yeah, because I'm talking about your Jowiya now, you want to cut me off. The guy is too smart. So, Jowiya too did the same thing because they say he was inept. He was incompetent. He went over, they just relaxed. He gave everything to Magdalene to take care of it. When he started doing some things on his own now, other people say Jowiya too can take money from, can take money and he can take, something from the women then before he get in position. Joseph Boakai, same thing. We told you that Joseph Boakai was not able to serve. He was incapable. He was incompetent. Joseph Boakai was not somebody up to the task to be president. But you say you're going to vote for the man. Now you're voting for the man and the man too gay junior job to do it for him. Then you're complaining. Joseph Boakai, right after the election, normally they say, in fact, before the election, normally say, you don't even have to campaign, we'll do everything for you.
So Mr. Kanu,
yeah.
Let me ask you this question, because I'm not sure if you follow today, speaking of the lawmakers, Emmanuel Zopena from Granjide had an interview today. He said the legislature have not seen any paper for the yellow machine, but the people of Granjide appeared to him in dream and told him to sign for the yellow machine.
No, I want you to repeat that. I don't understand that.
The reason I'm saying that is to corroborate what you're saying. Emmanuel Zopeno, the senior senator for Granjide, had an interview today, and that's only where he's talking here more. He said they in the legislature, in the Senate, have not seen any document for the yellow machine. But the people of Granjide appeared to him in a sleep, in dream, and told him he should sign for the yellow machine. He should sign the document for the yellow machine when they bring it. So So I want to ask you. You see, and the thing I want to say they can get the reason why I brought it up because of some of the things that you said earlier. When you think about some of the things that people who look, lawmakers are not just anybody that represent people, but some of the things some of our lawmakers can say, it can make you think, say, where they find the other one, where they brought the one from, who is this one, what's going on? That's what he said today, and he said it with confidence, with confidence.
And let me tell you something.
So what you say about that? Because
so what I say about that, Zoe Penner is now over there as senator to do anything for Liberia. Zoe Penner is there because he is Zoe Penner. Zoe Penner is there because the theory that says in the home of the blind or in the city of the blind, the one-eyed man is the king. So Penner being like that, he used to be a representative before. Elevated him to be a senator. For doing what? Absolutely nothing. Let me tell you something. If people were voting based on record, if people were voting based on history, people like Zoe Penner, they will now come closer in the political space of Liberia because of what happened. I believe Zoe Penner is the son of Harrison Penner, the nephew of the late President Tamiendo. And I know who Zoe Penner is. But again, I don't want to put our people in trouble. Before they say, oh, you say this one and this one on your radio station about our senator or about our man from Grand G there. I don't want our people being, to be in problem. I can tell you. All of them, or majority of them, they don't know what's going on. They are in there simply because their people say these are the people that we want. And they are the better version of their people. Like I said, we'll go back to what I said earlier. Our leaders are the reflection of us. People who choose to lead us are the clear reflection of who we are. So if you get a good senator, they were elected by good people. If you get a bad senator, they were elected by bad people. If you get a good-for-nothing representative, they were elected by their good-for-nothing people. Our leaders are a reflection of us. Y'all look at the people that voted for Joseph Boakai. What kind of human being they will call themselves animal? What kind of human being they will say, I'm going to vote for the person to be my president, even though it's a dead body, I will vote for the person. What kind of human being or people that can think like that? So we are who we are, and our leaders are clear reflection of the people that vote for them. Look at the country. We have over 5 million population. We have about 2.4 million registered voters. 800 people voted for Joseph Boakai. Less than 1 million people voted for him. A majority of those 1 million people, most of them they got chicken brain. They don't represent the majority of Liberia, but if the majority of the people refuse to vote, if the majority of the people refuse to participate, then the crazy minority will control the silent majority. Maybe what happened to your guest? Is the guest coming back? Or the guest ran away?
Everything said. So just take it up and I think
I'm not saying the
all right, let me go there quick and see.
Yeah. because we're enjoying the conversation with the guests. So we can't just, take the guests off like that. Let the guests come back. So, again, Steve, to answer your question, the bar for Liberia is very low. We don't care about issues. We don't care about accomplishment. We don't look at people for experience. We don't look at people about competency or what they can do for our people. All we care about, what is our connection to this particular person or these people? How close are we to them? Which country they from? What tribe do they speak? Which religion are they? Which party they come from? We care less about who they are. We care less about their competency. We care less about their moral standing or moral value. All we care about, I'm a tribe person. Am I from a country? Or you may get money to give me. That's how we do in Liberia. So the expectation is not too high. So I think the guess is back, Steve. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pena. Welcome back. Former Representative Willie, I want to welcome you back and thanks for being with us today. Monk, I know you've been announced you've been following. Welcome to the show, Monk.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I haven't been following. I just joined the show. Been busy today.
Okay.
But I followed the conversation anyway. I mean,
yes. So we'll circle back with Monk here really quick for his questionings. But let's go quickly to Lawrence. Lawrence, any question for the guest?
Oh, Lawrence,
Lawrence, you are muted.
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening, our Representative Vincent Wade. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Well, the Joseph Yuban Boakai government is about to audit the past government, the CDC government, which you work on as a representative of Grand Bassa District number 6. Do you not think this? How do you feel about this whole audit issue? Because
District number 4, just to correct you. So
district number 4. Sorry, Chief. Here I've been before. Sorry, Chief. You serve as representative of District number 4, Grand Bassa County, and the Joseph Yuban Boakai government is about to audit your past government where you work on as representative. Do you not think there's how do you look at this whole audit issue as a former government official?
So the first thing we need to establish is there is an institution. So I don't want to trivialize the debate here on Joseph Yuman's government. There is an audit institution established by the Constitution of Liberia that there are periodic audits, whether government to come, government to go. But you are now talking about the legislature, the audit of the legislature, right? Which one are you talking about?
The 54 legislature.
So you need to be precise, because the GAC established by the Constitution has been auditing from the day it was established up to current. What is currently going on is that whenever the GAC audits, the GAC reports to the legislature. So the audit finding, the audit reports has been submitted to the legislature. That is why the legislature has a committee called the Public Account Committee. It is in the Senate and it's in the House. So what is currently going on is for them to review the audit report and take decision on the audit recommendations. So it is not just for you. I don't want you to trivialize it and say the judge, we are government. No. When I listened to Amara, the senator, he said we are about to implement all the recommendations and the reports of the Auditor General. The Auditor General's trivialize the judge government. So let's stop that one. So the legislature audit is different from the one Amara spoke about. So we need to be clear which one you are referring to. So that establish the debate on that basis before we move ahead. It is in the audit, the proposed audit that the GSC is supposed to do at the legislature. The legislature audit is completely different from the one Amara was speaking about.
I'm talking about the legislative audit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now the debate then. So it's not on the basis on the job we are, and that had nothing to do with because Bwaka's current vice president. Don't forget Bwaka was in the legislature. Mm-hmm. Bwaka signs on bills. Bwaka signs on concession. Because the first thing you guys running with is that you think the vice president is just in the vice president. No, he's not just a vice president. He's a president of the Senate. When bills are passed, when the budget is passed, the president of the Senate, who having to be the vice president, signs that report. When the president signs the bill, let's assume that it's a national budget, for instance. National budget, for instance. When that budget is passed, either because the budget emanates from the House, because the budget comes from the House, because the Constitution speaks about all financial matter must emanate from the House. So the budget goes to the House. The House passes that budget. Our Constitution says the Senate may concur. When the Senate concur or they do recommendation, that budget is formulated, sent back to the House, followed through a conference committee. When the conference committee does that, resolve on all of the recommendations on the Senate, and compared to that one from the House, and they agree, that budget is being passed by the House, and sent back to the Senate, and the Senate will concur. When the Senate concurs, the vice president, who is the president of the Senate, signs that document, and the secretaries of the Senate will sign, and then they send it to the speaker. The speaker sign, and the chief clerk of the House sign before they send it to the president. So let's stop trivializing it. Now, Bwaka. So don't be celebrating it.
Thank you.
Even Bwaka, current vice president. No, let me finish it first. Bwaka, current vice president, don't forget he was also a representative and also a senator. So let us not celebrate audit.
So our representative, just in case.
It is good. The audit is sweet. The audit is good. I say I support the audit, but I don't want us to start preempting the outcome of the audit. So let's stop it.
So just in case of anything, everybody can be hooked, right?
Yeah, everything. So that's not trivial. The job we are government, the audit. No, that job we are government. Bwaka start on the transaction.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Again, we're in conversation with former Representative Willie. We're getting to the politics and the sweet part of this thing now. Melbourne, go ahead, please.
So again, I want to say thank you to all of you, to our former lawmaker. I want to say thank you so much for the courage. You know, I like you when you say, Melbourne, I want to appear on the SKTV show. I want to be that tough talking person. I say, wow, really? He said, yes. And indeed, today I'm saying it, and I just want to appreciate you because there are a lot of you that are, in fact, some of your friends, other people that's supposed to come out here to speak out. They've been shying away, and you take the
debate. Maybe you don't know me. I don't run from debate.
I like that. Indeed, I'm really, very proud of you today.
Never.
I'm afraid that maybe all of the questions coming from Sekou or Steve and then Muna and Lawrence, maybe a little bit, maybe make you afraid, but indeed you stay strong. So let's move on with that question. Now, everything about the new government, we're going nearly 6 months. What's your own observation if you maybe to compare the past 6 months of your previous government to that of this government? What would be your own maybe score, or someone would say maybe your own observation so far?
So we are looking at 6 months. So Boaka's government, we are government, 6 months. So let me start with we are government, the one I supported. By this time, or before this time, George Weah won election October 10th, 2017. That election results were being challenged. They went to court. The runoff could not be held in November. They went to court. I think around December, they came up with a ruling, came down with a ruling. George Weah took over legally. George Weah took seat legally. Boaka's election was never challenged. Boaka took over the rightful time as per the constitution. When George Weah took over, though legally taking over, well, by this time he has appointed almost 80 to 90% of government officials. He has appointed ambassadors. That is leadership. That means you understand, you already know, or you have known, you may have known who have worked for you. Because you were running campaign. Your government official, you've already spotted them. You already knew your team player, or you knew your teammate already. So when George Weah hit the ground, he hit the ground with running. The first day of inauguration, that night George Weah appointed straight 5 government officials, asked some people to hold on. He started moving through. By this time, George Weah had breaking ground for several projects. He had started, I think, the famous Bible Boy Avenue and the Doe Community Road. For Boaka's government that took over the rightful time as per the constitution, as current, George Weah Boaka government has not even gone up to 50% in terms of appointment, or maybe at most will be 50%. They are ambassador. All the 2 or 3 ambassador appointments, they say ambassador at last. So if you critically look at the first stage of the leadership, knowing who will be part of your team, Boaka failed already on your team player. Because before the coach draw the game, before the team play, the coach, a very good coach, will already know who's starting the game tomorrow. Until you tell me, say I'm lying. All the coaches around the world, before the game is played, they already know their best player. They know who will play, who will start the game, who will be on bench. Unless there's a situation, unforeseen situation, come in the day before, or on that very day before the game starts. Boaka did not know his team player. That is why the delay going on. Then fast forward with issue of productivity. Having seen where he had broken ground. He's talking about the 100-day deliverable, no car was using them up. The 100-day period is a dry season. But man, you can't get lyrics on lecture. 100 days from January to the end of the 100 days is a dry season. In dry season, like bro, where car can hitch? Where car can hitch during dry season? Dry season, all our roads are perfect. Cars are moving here and there. So there were no 100 days for Boaka. Boaka did not have a definite 100 days. That's the second failure of Boaka there. The third one that is bringing all of them now, Wulu Balo, yeah, there, yellow machine. George Weah, yeah, there was some missteps. It was marked by too much noise. The first few 6 months, we were heard about the 16 billion, and different speculations, and the noise were popping in the town. But yes, Weah was implementing. He had breaking ground for several projects. He has started some projects. Boaka, no, it didn't happen. Now in the 6 months, you talk about yellow machine. Everybody want yellow machine, but governance matter. Did he sit with the speaker? Did he sit with the Senate pro tempore? Did he sit with his vice president to say, gentlemen, these are the machine we want. This is my government agenda. This is what I want to procure. How can we do it? He didn't do those things. If he had done that, he would not be sending late letter to the legislature. We wouldn't have had all of these laws. Government is coordination, collaboration. That's why the Constitution said the 3 branches of government they are separate and distinct, but work collaboratively. So why didn't he do those things?
Steve,
thank you so much.
Just a second.
I come in. I conclude now.
Just a second.
Because if I start to analyze the 6 months, it will be long. So I'm stopping now. So let me conclude.
No, just a second before you conclude. Let me say this.
Okay.
You know, this is your first time here. We would love to have you here many times.
I'm not hearing you too clear.
You can hear me?
Are you better now? You better.
All right. I'm saying this is your first time here. We would love to have you here as many times as possible. But I want to encourage you to, shorten your responses so we can have other people ask questions. But when you spend all the time on answering one person's, question, that means we not have time to ask you, as many questions as we want to. So please just make your answer brief on certain subject, then, then you can have other people to ask your question.
Okay, thank you. So you asked me a very big a question that I needed to go in depth. So I thought I needed time because I'm doing comparison of 6 months to 6 months.
Okay.
But however, I have to wrap up. The yellow machine, where are we now? Everybody want machine. The procurement process, he didn't follow the process very well. He did not have conversation with a colleague in the legislature or a counterpart from the legislature, the speaker of the pro tem. Now we are doing what we should have done first. Now that is why all of the laws in this country.
Okay.
I listened to Honorability talking about the machine. The prices are very high, and he makes a lot of sense because the cost of each of the machine, we don't even know the condition of the machine.
All right. I just want to make a follow up on the answer that you just gave to Mayvon's question. We'll go back to Steve after that. So you said Jowea started late. Mm-hmm. So when Jowea inauguration was held versus when Buakai's inauguration was held?
So just we are inaugurations are held in Chenchiwari. I'm trying to get his exact date. I will get it before wrap up. But just we are going to
wait on a second.
I come in now.
I'm just helping you. You can't get the date. I'm just giving you now the date. January 22nd.
What was the date?
January 22nd, 2018.
Yeah, January 22nd. Yeah, you're right.
And where was the Buakai inauguration here?
Buakai inauguration January 22nd.
Okay. All right.
But the difference.
When you say Jowea started late, that's
when I started late, we did not go to the runoff election the time we should have gone to the runoff election in November. We were in court. We went to the election in December. So we had only 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to take over. Because when the court came in there and we went to second round, we were already in January. So his mind was not set. Politically, you going to court, you have to look for a lawyer here and there. It didn't happen to Buaka.
Okay. Steve, back to you.
Yeah, let's have a Monk. Do you have any question or concern for the former representative?
Well, I don't think I have a question. I came late, so I'm just following the conversation. Maybe after the callers, and maybe I can chime in, but right now I'm just listening.
Well, let me turn it over to Sekou. Sekou, do you have any question for the representative?
I do.
Please go ahead.
So, Honorable Willie, based on your own experience in the House of Representatives, from time to time, the House of Representatives being accused of being corrupt, both the Senate and the House being accused of being corrupt. And you work in there. Do you think the Liberal legislature is corrupt?
No. I just think they are afraid to be audited at all. If you are working for, when I was there, everything I received there, everything I received was budgetary appropriation. Nobody gave me money from behind the house, except friends, family member, or I doing my own project and red people. But every time I ever received was all what budget was appropriated from the budget. So the only thing I've seen that happen to the legislature is that they're always afraid to be all the time. What's the big thing about all the when everything you know doing is perfect. You know very well what you're doing it the right way. Why should you be afraid? I've just told you my salary. I just told you my salary 5,800, 2,000 worth of gasoline when I was there. They have medical and constituency, 10,000, which can is once a year. So now when that money can come, so now a whole year will go. So now you in the second year before you get in. So I'm just naming what is in the budget.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not aware what other people receive it, so I cannot say people corrupt.
Did you receive the $30,000 or the infamous $30,000 that Dillon then got in trouble for? Did you receive that?
Yes, it was appropriate. It was budget appropriation. It was called legislative engagement.
But LeBron people call it corruption.
How can corruption be in budget now? That's not corruption.
Who make the budget? Who put the money?
The executive that prepared the budget and sent it to the legislature.
Yeah, but who approved the budget?
It's the legislature.
And you guys have
the
the
30,000. The 30,000 was there when it came from finance ministry.
Do you guys have the right to make amendment in the budget?
Yes.
You know, take out what Christine, you know. Yeah, sometimes not only because something is in the budget means is that is you know is good, because being in the budget, people who making the budget, they can put the money in the budget for themselves. And the reason why you guys are the supervisory arm of the government is because for you guys to look into it, see what is right, what is not good, and take it off and make some adjustment. So Liberian people consider that as, you know, free money. While people are suffering, you guys receiving $30,000 for free and do nothing with it, no accountability whatsoever. Liberian people consider that as being corrupt, and you say the legislature is not corrupt. So let me ask you on you mentioned Joseph Nima Boakai and the vice president.
You said Liberian people call it corruption?
Almost everywhere across the board, across all.
So you as a journalist and a seasoned professional person and an educational person, how do you call that?
I call it irresponsible and corrupt.
Okay. And you think that's the right word? That's the right choice of what?
Yeah, that's the best.
Why?
That is the best way to describe it.
Why?
Because as a member of the House of Representatives and Senate, you know the condition of your country. You know the situation your people are faced with. You're already getting money. You're already getting car for free. You're getting gasoline that you're going to put in our car.
Okay.
You're getting money for scratch card, for your cell phone bill.
No scratch card.
Well, I know you guys used to receive scratch card.
Anybody who tell you that they receive scratch card during my time?
Okay, let's forget about scratch card. But you know very well you're receiving gas.
No, I just told you about gas.
I agree with you on that one now, because I'm not going to, you know, take out from the meat of the conversation. So what I'm saying here, if you're getting paid, your pay is different from the money from the car that you're given. That one also different from the gasoline you are given.
Okay.
You need extra money, extra $30,000 per member of the legislature. How many people? 101 or 103? 103, right?
103.
103. $30,000 and 103.
Okay.
Think about that. After getting everything you're getting. Why other people, listen now, you ask me why I say it was irresponsible and corruption. Because while you're getting that money, you have other children going to school hungry. I mean, going to bed hungry. Some people cannot even afford to send their children to school. You're getting that money. If that money, if you put that money together, $30,000 down 100, that's over 3 million. United States dollars.
Can I come in?
So I believe that money could be redirected. We have hospitals with no medication, clinic with no medication. We have a lot of areas in the country with no accessibility to clinic or to hospital. Women getting pregnant, they put it on a motorbike. You get no ambulances. That money that you're getting every year, 3 million.
What money?
That money that you just talk about, the $30,000 that you guys were getting every year, was budget in the budget every year, right?
Okay.
So that money, you could have used that money to buy ambulances, to improve the health sector, to get clinic, even improve the education sectors in all the countries. But by not doing that, taking that money after you're getting your pay, you get car, you get gasoline at the taxpayer expense and getting extra $30,000. That's being irresponsible and corrupt, and not being, not being careful or care for the people that you're representing. So that's why I say it being irresponsible, because there's some money there, not because it's in the budget.
So Sekou, let me come in.
In the budget, that doesn't make it right, because you put it in the budget.
Sekou, let me come in.
Go ahead.
You see why it's good that we're having this kind of some conversation. You see what unite. You see when people speak of the legislature, sometimes I laugh, because when you are seated in a seat, you know exactly what it means. Government has several ministers, several deputy ministers, several assistant ministers. Government buy vehicles. The same law that apply to the executive. You see, that was the last time when I was in the legislature, I told the speaker, I said it is a legislature that presenting themselves to be seen as corrupt, because they're not explaining to the Liberian people. Like you here now, you thinking that what the legislature is doing, the issue of car, is that the buy car, 2 car every 6 years, is only with the legislature. But the minister ride their same car for 3 years. Some of them park their car and use the utility pickups. And after 3 years, they buy that very car brand new. It remains brand new. That I don't want to call name. I was in the executive. I saw here or agency parking a car and using the government utility vehicle. After 3 years, they bought a brand new car, less than 1,000, some of it 1,000, some of it 1,005. It's a law that's applied. You use a car for 3 years, I think the mileage, it has a certain amount of mileage. When it reaches that mileage, you buy it in the executive, not the legislature. So it's the same law that applies to the legislature, it's the same law that the executive doing. In the executive, there are here or SOEs. Look at the car they're using. Have you seen the LRA bus car? Sekou, have you seen that car?
No.
Okay, ask anybody to send the picture of that car. Have you seen the feature bus car? Have you seen the maritime bus car? Those are vehicles that are less than 100,000. The central bank governor car. So before we say these things, we should analyze it critically. No lawmaker, except he has own money there, that will ride 100,000 car purchased by government. No lawmaker, except he has his own money there.
So Representative Willie, let me just ask you this question.
Okay.
Please. I know you want to train of thought, but let me ask you the question so you can just answer it in summary here, please. Okay. Are you indicting all 3 branches of government? You are not disputing what the allegations that are listed and the facts that were presented by Sekou here. You are not doubting it for all indications. But by extension, you are saying that all 3 branches of government are involved in this corruption.
They are all involved. The problem is from the hair.
Thank you.
They must be fixed by the hair. So I don't want every time people come on the radio, the legislature. But go in the executive. No lawmaker ride 100,000 car, except he added his own money on it. Government does not buy government lawmaker 100,000 car, 150,000 car. No government can buy lawmaker 150,000 car.
So when only the speaker
Only the speaker, the deputy speaker, because they have their own budget, they determine whether they will go back up on their 200,000, 150,000 level with them because of that budget. Only the speaker, the deputy speaker has a budget.
So
and
in a nutshell, the representative is telling us that.
So the executive doing the work, you leave the executive.
No, we are not leaving them. Let me tell you this.
No, you're leaving them. All of your arguments.
I wanted to come in, Mr. Comment, when you're done. I wanted to come in.
Yeah.
All the executive.
Okay, Honorable Willie, let me tell you this. The reason why.
Have you seen the Minister of State car?
Listen now.
Have you seen the Minister of State car?
Listen. No, I haven't seen it, but just listen to the point I'm trying to make here. You just vindicated. You just
vindicated. They want me to wrap up. Let me wrap up finally now.
No.
One second, policemen, I just told you the lawmaker, they are police officer, they are public work engineer, they are director of police, they are public work minister. In my 6 year public work, they now build one road in my district. Then you said that money, public work, Ministry of Health, they now build one hospital in my district.
The lawmaker want to make themselves
public work supply one drug.
Education minister, they want to make themselves health minister, they want to make themselves everything. They want to be the one to be doing the work in their community.
No, they don't want to be the one. They don't want to be the one. No,
you have the right to some of them. You have the right to tell them what to do and how to do it. That's what makes you.
And when you don't do it,
you take action.
Which action?
Oh, so you don't know your function? You don't know your function as a legislator?
Chief, you see the lawmaker, you see up Capitol Hill, the thing, you don't understand?
You know lawmaker can impeach any government official? You know that?
Chief, wait small now.
No,
the president control the police.
I'm just telling you now, the action.
Okay, you can't indict you. They say, okay, you honor contempt. You can't say honor contempt, I go jail the man. Or the man will go do this here tomorrow, he must build. You should build 2-3 rows in Babolu, another row in Grand Bazaar, another one. So you go, you say, we don't have the money.
Okay.
When the budget is passed, the executive that controls the budget.
Yeah. So I wanted to hear from Mobile. The thing I wanted to say before, I wanted to tell you that thank you for not.
You break. I'm not hearing you.
I'm saying thank you for not disputing what I said, but you only defending it because Liberia is all about who can get more, who can eat more money, who can get more money from the Liberian people, from taxpayer money. So it's not about the country, everybody for themselves. The legislature are even saying that they are not getting enough.
I'm not hearing you at all.
The executive is getting more. The legislature are not getting enough. So thank you for not disputing the allegations. And I believe these allegations are facts. And Liberian people actually they need to wake up.
I just told you that it's in the budget.
Yeah.
But when you look at the usage of the 30,000 versus the executive, a lawmaker just live in a community where I live. I don't represent the people there. But a lawmaker live in a community and something happen in our community, don't go talk. Do not get involved. You will see what it will do to you in our community.
So let's hear from Paul.
I come in. A minister and you can live in a community, and they wouldn't go to that minister's house. In essence, the minister, some of them make more money than you. Here or agency make more money than you.
Let's hear from Monk. Monk, go ahead, please. And then
we'll go to the lawmaker is just reiterating things I will be saying on this network almost every single day. And I told you guys when the Chief Justice said I wanted their share of the power, she knew exactly what she was saying. I tell you guys all the time, I said Liberia look like a democracy, but we don't have a democracy because democracy runs on institution. What the lawmaker is telling you is they are both competing for resources when it comes to the budget. Look, when you look at the whole way the Liberian government is structured, right? The executive are the one that will go and find the money to make sure that they can put the money to work or implement the government policy. Our lawmakers should be the one that should bless it. So according to lawmaker, the way how they think, we can put anything in the budget. Once we pass the budget, it's supposed to be a law. So even if they are stealing is legitimate. And then when it gets to the executive, they be like, okay, you can put whatever you want there. But at the end of the day, we the ones supposed to go and find the money. We the ones supposed to finance all the project, even up to your paycheck. We are the one responsible. So they are all competing for resources. Let me tell you something. He tried to justify how much lawmakers are making. You see, in America here, because we copy the American model. We got something called the Congressional Budget Office. These are economists, financial experts. Even though they are got lawmakers that can originate the budget, but just because you're a lawmaker, you don't put anything in the budget for themselves. That's not how it works. They got people that are keeping score. They got people that are watching them. They got people that are looking at the inflation, the cost of living, how much lawmakers should pay in taxes, how much they should make per year based on the American tax system.
The American lawmaker make more than Liberian lawmaker.
No,
I don't know. If you look at how much you pay in taxes on your income,
that's a debate now. That take it easy.
Yeah, the main one.
Like American lawmaker make more than Liberian lawmaker. Liberian lawmaker, you fall down today, you die are free. Free, you get no insurance. In America, you got your 401k.
For 401k are free. Who told you that 401k are free?
Bossman.
But 401k are not free. If you don't know, you just ask.
And I said that free. Bossman, I know 401k before I say no.
So we don't really have time on the video. I think
nothing. You die today, they carry pitiful 5,000 or 10,000 to your family. Other than that salary I just called to you, nothing else government will give you. Other jurisdiction in America, there are benefits. The house you live in, that government pay for it. Your children's school fee, that government pay for it because your package. When the company employing you, the package you go away, not just the salary you taking, but the immunity that you have. Lawmaker today, fall down and see. Or let your hair you. Don't go find money and carry yourself to the hospital. So when you combine all the money that your people making, when you combine all the benefits that American lawmaker, I don't let you compare America with Liberia because it's a big jurisdiction.
Honorable, I think, because of the news, we gone 2 hours into all of the discussion, and unfortunately, we were not able to join our followers or our callers on today. So I don't know, Sekou, Steve, you want to give the lawmaker another time to come back because I don't know, but no time.
Yeah, I think it'll be better that he come back because he got more explanation.
So when tell him I'm saying you know Friday, Saturday, or
that's a message. Anytime I read see you, just a message. All your contact will call me.
We'll talk all right. So thank you so much. No time. Thanks to all of you, honorable. Thank you so much for coming. We gotta go. Thank you so much, and thanks to our team there. Yes, indeed. Thanks to all of you. Sekou, Steve, Mark. Is that easy? Thank to our lawmaker, Muna. Thanks to you people.
Yes. So, folks, I don't know. We're out of time, Muna. I'm not sure if you can take 1 or 2 calls from your end. I'm not sure how possible that is. If possible, let's take 1 or 2 calls. Just to hear the actual endurance.
2 calls. Yeah, 0881-143-504, 0776-105-105, 0881-143-504, 0776-105-105. Let's hear you listen to make all right. Good evening.
Okay. What did it got?
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Name calling from where?
I'm Eben Wise, and I do join you from GSRO. Quickly to the issue, let me say thank you to the guests that just left the show, and also thank you for what you're doing for the Liberian people. But I want to tell you, Liberia problem is not about one branch of government. I can tell you safely, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, even the Liberian people, we are all problems for this country. The only way Liberia can get on a direct path when the citizen mind can be transformed, and when the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive have a political will and patriotism in them, you see Liberia moving forward.
Thank you.
Oh.
0776-105-105. Oh my God. Good evening. Good evening.
The veteran journalist.
Welcome, Chief.
This is Belekato.
Belekato, welcome. Retired General Captain Emmanuel Do.
Thank you for the recognition. Let me take good evening to the panelists. Muna, one thing the lawmaker refused to state on air is that in the capital building, they got something they refer to as legislative politics. You know, like the first caller just said, the problem of Liberia lies in the hands of those three branches of government. The legislature have their own politics of running their government affairs. The executive have their own executive politics. The judicial have their own judicial politics. Politics of running their affairs. Now, the executive playing the very smarter role among all of them. So the executive can observe the behavior of the legislature and capitalize on it to carry on self-interest operation governmental activities on the Liberian people. Because the executive observe that the responsibility of the lawmaker is to make sure and do oversight lawmaking and representation of the Liberian people. But because the lack of capability, willingness, commitment, and dedication from our lawmakers who we elected under the sun and rain to stand for us, therefore the executive capitalized on it to start using us. So at the end of the day, we will continue to cry and cry and cry because we have nobody to represent us. Can you imagine a lawmaker, personal house that he built, he lives in, is being paid for by the Liberian government money, our money. Let me say, all because the housing is being paid by the government. Car that they give you, if we responsible for my mechanic. Even if I bought my son, I got my own son driving for me. So I'm not responsible to pay. My own child doing maintenance where in my yard. So I'm not responsible to pay me.
Thank you.
Where are we heading to?
This is Liberia. Yeah, it's about to wrap up because all the time, I'm the former lawmaker. Let me just squeeze this one in and then we'll wrap up. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Hezekiah Biala calling from Guni community.
Welcome, Chief. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the panelists. Thank you, Mr. Karen, the other crew. The conversation was so interactive. The only thing, the problem I have with our senators, I don't know how it took the Nigerian to be. We are not gullible. And we are not a key. Somebody can just say something, then we just agree as ones. For what? Just come out to say the Nigerian people talk to me through dream or sleep. I don't know. What do we mean? So we the Nigerian, our mind is we are like-minded. We cannot agree with something without making any analysis and knowing the analogy. We just go ahead to agree.
You said what?
So we don't see it that way. I think, the point is every time they should come over here to educate us. Because many of our people, through education, changes will come about. Thank you. Let God bless you.
Amen. This thing we don't discuss is tomorrow. It is open issue. Yes.
Yeah, we'll bring the Zopeno issue out because Zopeno, among you and I here, Zopeno. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But just to bring more people to speed, Zopeno, the senior senator of Gwenjide, had a press conference and said the people of Gwenjide appeared to him in his sleep and said he should vote for Yellow Machine and sign off on a document, even though he said there's no document presented to them. So tomorrow we'll talk about it. So it's not a lawmaker and dreaming now. But they said Muna to in his sleep too. Muna will become Muna living sweater. So that all of you appear to the man.
Yeah, sorry.
So, I really, really enjoy the conversation. But at the same time, I'm sitting here feeling very sad for Liberia.
Seriously, let me just squeeze the former Canadian in quickly and then call it.
No problem.
Good evening, Bosa Williams. Good morning, Honorable Williams. Hello.
We're not hearing him.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
Thank you. To your program, to show. I'm going to speak about a student who want to use the name of Green GD. I'm going to plan is a normal thing. It's and people have to online school today. The brother stayed online course for lifetime or the so people who can PA in this direction. So let him leave there and let him make sure that things that he has to stay in the county to be set in when the institution. You have to always say I have been. Yeah, he has never been Tim Taylor the man talking. So let me forget about dream. Make sure that in section, whatever dream that you have, dream you say in the section, so I put it interpret for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, we gotta go.
So like I was saying earlier, before the call came in, I was here feeling very sad about Liberia and for the Liberian people, because even the lawmaker who was here, he was very clear that Liberia has problem, and the problem is from all three branches of government. He agreed that they're all stealing. The competition is who is stealing more. He's saying that they're all bad. The only problem is he believes the executive is stealing more. But what he failed to realize is that you, as a lawmaker, all the stealing that you're saying, you approve it. The executive can initiate a budget, but you're the one that make the final, adjustment on the budget and approve it. So you approve of everything that you are seeing from the executive because you want your cut, you want your share, because they're the one with the money. So you believe that if you don't approve theirs, you will not get yours. So for you, all you do is to approve anything because what you expect. As a matter of fact, every time the president calls them back, they give them money. So they don't really care about how much the executives are getting. They're just jealous of it, but they care about how much they're getting. Instead of being the lawmakers, the supervisors of the executive, to tell them this is wrong, this is not right, we're not going to pass this, we're not going to. I mean, they all know exactly what's going on. They all know exactly what they are doing. They're all rogues, they're all criminals. That the judiciary not saying that the two branches are eating all the money. We too, what you're getting or what you're giving all is small. It's not enough. I don't blame any of them. I blame the Liberian people. I give them the opportunity, time without numbers, to do whatever they are doing, again and again and again and again. So Zopene can dream all you want to dream. Zopene can. Anybody? Do you know how many people have been dreaming Liberia?
Yes.
Everybody have been dreaming.
Can you imagine religious leader talking about accountability, that even though we need rules, but we should go by procedure, and you get a lawmaker telling you that people talking to him in a dream? Like I keep telling folks, the sooner we realize that we don't have a democracy, the better it is for Liberia, because it almost like we're running something called Who Wants to Be a Millionaire between the executive and the legislative branch of government in Liberia. Mm-hmm. They look at the budget that the executive will submit, and they go and look at it and say, you know what, we can do better than you guys can do by putting extra incentive, by putting all the perks and benefits in the budget. And they know the executive will not reject it, and the executive know that the legislative lawmaker will not reject their submission. So at the end of the day, these two branches of government are the one that are just sucking up their resources, and they could care less about the job they're supposed to do when it comes to oversight. It's all about stealing.
Yeah, I think somebody just called. Let me take that person, then we can call it. Hello, caller. Hey, how are you?
Hi, this is Madeline from Minnesota. I just wanted to say something to what our lawmaker just said before leaving, talking about the senator and representative in the United States make more money than them. I think our senator and representative in Liberia, which is one of the poorest countries in the world, I think they make more money than the senator and representative in the United States. And he talk about 401k and he talk about insurance. You guys can do that for yourself. The $30,000 you take every year, you can put it aside and it can be your retirement. You can find a way to create something within the government that can be their retirement. The $5,000 they give y'all when you die is because you're finished stealing all the money from Liberia for the only thing you're anyway when you die, that $5,000. You can't die, then they take the whole country money and give it to your family again. Liberia already suffering under that. Then we want to go back to the other person that said dream. Dream is something, it's supposed to be something spiritual, but some people want to use it as witchcraft. Dream in the spiritual world, God communicates with people in different ways. So if you want to talk about dream, my son dream was Alexander coming today. And I believe Alexander coming to do something big in Liberia. That's all I have to say today. Y'all have a good day, SKT family.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. So, so Monk and Steve, I think we can call it a day.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, tomorrow, the next time we call our lawmaker, we will give him a lot of information as to how much a lawmaker make yet, their tax bracket, how much they pay into their retirement saving and for their own benefits, and how congressional budgets often can grade a budget. Just because you're a lawmaker, you don't just put money in the budget and claim that because it is a law. So your stealing is legitimate. There are rules and regulations, and there are a lot of things that apparently most of our lawmakers don't understand. And at the end of the day, like I said, Liberia is about who wants to be a millionaire. That's why when you work at a state-owned enterprise, you can determine whether you choose to contribute to the consolidated account of the budget, because the country is not a country. We are running a criminal or an organized cartel in Liberia, because you know where governments will generate revenue, people can decide if they choose to make contribution to the national budget or not. Then you don't have a country, because the biggest instrument in the government is the budget. And if you can withhold or certain revenue that you are generating at your own entity and choose when to make contribution to the government consolidated account, then technically you don't have a country. That's just why it is in Liberia.
Well, I think for me, the only highlight I got from this entire conversation was the fact that the lawmaker was very clear that all of them are corrupt. That he didn't fight, he didn't push aside.
Yeah, anyway, you said it.
Yeah, so I mean that's my only highlight, and that's very concerning. That's troubling, and I'll leave it there for the day. Mona, what say you? What your closing? What your partner comment?
So that's a good, but that's a.
All right, so good. It's on you now. Close us.
So.
Let's go closer.
Yeah, we're going now, but before we go, I just wanted to say this to the U.S. to that particular lawmaker and those that actually think like him. He said United States lawmaker can make more money than the audacity alone to even make that comparison speaks volume.
I know.
United States federal government collected 4.44 trillion, not million, not billion.
Trillion over T, 12 zeros.
The United States government collected 4.44 trillion in 2023. How much Liberian government collected? It's not even in billion. Less than a billion, about 500 to 700,000, 700 million. And guess what? All of the money they collected, they eat everything, they put everything in their pocket. Nothing there for the country.
92% go to just recurring expenditure.
And not only that, Now the 2% of that one just go to what? To paying debt, right?
Payroll and other
Payroll and debt and debt payment. And not only that, the money that we have in the Federal Reserve, $158 million. Before Joanne left, they left $8 million there. Since Joseph Baga took over, they have mismanaged over 200 million in counting.
There you go.
So you cannot compare Liberia, even California here. California budget, Liberia budget can go into that one, revenue can go into that one 10 times.
What are you talking about, Liberia? What kind of comparison? If
No,
California was a country by itself, she would have the 12th largest economy in the whole world.
In the whole world. California, then you're talking about Liberia law, and then we're talking about the United States lawmaker, not even California lawmaker. But you know, we'll leave this conversation for another day. I think we need to educate most Liberian leaders, especially lawmakers, when it comes to the United States. Since we are modeling after United States, in many of our stuff, so let's, emulate the good example. Let's not be the bad, side of it. But again, I want to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you, guys. Let's have a good night, folks. We'll be back a little more by the grace of God.
Sekou, do you know California budget is bigger than Russia?
Do join us tomorrow, same station for the program SKTV show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tomorrow, enough about Zopena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll discuss the dream
alone.
The dream, the statement alone,
Yeah.
Yeah. So Muna, you can leave if you have to. So let me take a few calls here in the United States.
For sure. Let's hear from our people.
Yeah, let's have a conversation here. If the people in Liberia can go, we can still be here and still have a conversation. So Abraham.
Yeah, Sekou.
My man.
I
hope you're not dreaming about Liberia too. Who did you dream about as president in 2029?
Morgan Steve and everybody dreaming now to come on the show.
Yeah, but more is yet to tell us, what was his dream about 2029.
I don't dream yet, that's the whole thing. But this is very simple. This is a point.
Well, dream.
If the nation is depending on you to make laws and to checkmate the executive, and for you to come sit and talk nonsense with confidence like this is appalling. You can't sugarcoat this. This is a gross disrespect to the people that elected you, the citizens of Grand Gideon. What's wrong with Zoe Penna? I mean, you can still reason why you want to vote for a particular presidential project and law. That's okay. But that level of naivety for a guy that been in the legislative branch of government for this protracted period to come and talk rubbish with confidence, I'm sorry, this is appalling. It's troubling. So, and for people need not to sugarcoat this kind of behavior. You have liberty to support there are things that the executive can convince you on, and you can sign with them. But you can't come and literally belittle the people of Nigeria talking about in your dream. What makes you so special that you're gonna be the interpreter of their dreams? Come on now, you're not they put up paying you to be a spiritual leader, they pay you to be a legislator. Not to go be dreaming for them. They want to see pragmatic things.
Yeah.
But again, that's Liberia. And this thing about people making all this kind of focus comparison, it's troubling. It's troubling. And people need to be signaling these things out. And the architect of all of this trouble for Liberian legislator today that is the fulcrum of everything, originated from the very United Party from 2006 up to today's date.
Mm-hmm.
Prior government, Sekou, why should there no social media? But prior government does not have this kind of trouble of corruption at the level of legislature. The legislator was never in the business of corruption. It's all started from 2006 when the United Party took over our country.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, during the Taylor era, the people that used to buy them one car for 6 years. And by the way, you have two kinds of senators in our country. You have one for 6 years, you have junior senator for 6 years, and senior senator for 9 years. It is a United Party government that changed that thing. Well, all of the senators getting 9 years over there. It is a United Party government that started paying for 15,000 over there. It's a United Party government that started paying senators $17,500 over there. They brought all of the problem today that the legislator want not generating revenue, but you have billionaires there all because of the United Party came that burn our country. And today they are still peddling that kind of behavior. So every big and tall want to be senator over there. Yes, they keep dreaming. They need to start belittling their electorates. It's troubling. Thank you, sir.
Very. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, you know,
magnify.
My people, let me tell you, today, I don't know what Steve already said, my neighbor, but today is the birthday of one of our guys, you know, the guy who is the manager for, the program manager for Truth FM, Mr. O'Neill Robert. Today is his birthday. I want to wish him happy birthday to O'Neill on Truth FM. When I came on, the topic was so you know, intriguing. So I couldn't even actually do that. The conversation was so good, and I was so surprised at some of the things I heard. But again, that's Liberia. O'Neill Robert, I want to say happy birthday to you. And I want to thank you for everything you do for Truth FM, for SKTV, and Liberia. So happy birthday to O'Neill Robert of Truth FM. We posted it on SKTV, and we want all of you to, you know, show some love to O'Neill Robert. Please wish him a happy birthday. So Steve, Monk, unless you guys have something else to say, we will call it a day.
Yeah, I think I came late, but we can call it a day. Tomorrow we'll continue.
Yeah, so yes, tomorrow we're going to host, we promised the people the last time that we're going to host them on Thursday.
Who?
Mr. Winfrey and his team.
Oh, yeah.
We promised them to come on Thursday. So they'll be here tomorrow. So I hope they'll be here on time. We can spend the first 1 hour with them, or even a little more than that, because we promised them that we're going to have the whole show with them. And the campaign is in full swing right now. And the election is this October. So October is very close. It's right around the corner. So we will be here tomorrow. And we will start the show with them on time, so that we can also squeeze some politics in, you know, because for them, they have messages, you know, few messages to share, and information about the election, about the voting process, with the Liberian people living in Minnesota and elsewhere. Yeah, they will also be here to also, you know, asking people to support the platform, I mean the campaign, financially, morally, or whatever means you can to help him succeed. So we'll be here tomorrow. And we want to take this time to say thank you to all of you for being with us, for sticking off for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Steve, so that's it. Unless you have something else to share in terms of announcement or information.
Yes, we had planned to have a guest panelist with us. Unfortunately, he did not join us today, but definitely tomorrow, I will reach out to the guest panelists to join us. I spoke with him earlier today, but we'll reach out to him to join us and let him know the circumstances today for which he couldn't join. But definitely we'll be on tomorrow by the grace of God. So kind of thank you, and I think it was an eye opener, a very good discussion, and I look forward to more of it. We'll reach out to former Representative Willie again to see if he can.
See if you can bring him back on Monday or Tuesday. Most
definitely so.
No, when you get him by, you need to make him to be succinct to his point and make the discussion interaction. He speak on one thing for a very, very long time. By the time he's done,
but that one you tell who you're responsible for that. Steve let him give people time to flow with no. I've always told Steve, always learn to interrupt some guests. Not all the guests, but some guests you got to interrupt them. You got to tell them, I got to interrupt you. Because when you take longer than they're supposed to,
you can't ask them that much question.
Yeah, you can't ask so many questions, and it takes away in the value of the conversation. Yeah. Some of them don't let you to ask them, they don't even know you to interrupt them, but you have to. You don't want running the show. So allow them to flow. But the thing it can happen to Steve, I know. While the guest is talking, Steve can be on doing research at the same time. You forget about the guest. Can you be listening to them, but you can forget about their time. Sometimes these guests, you got to actually stop them. Somebody got to interrupt them, to tell them, that to keep the answer short. Remember one time we were on here, Mr. Cummings, when I told Mr. Cummings to keep his answer short, he said, I would test him to keep his question short. because he was going, for the longest to answer some of the questions. Well, I said, Mr. Cummings will be better in order for to have, many questions in. You can, shorten your answer. He said we should test him to make the question short, so you too will make your answer short. So Steve, sometimes you can't let it flow. You got to tell them. You got to interrupt them. You got to tell them. We got to talk.
Okay, I'm learning that part. I will learn.
Yeah. Somebody gets it, you can't let it be. You want to, I know you need to get a chance, but sometimes you just have to stop them and tell them, do a follow-up or move to another subject. Other than that, they want to say everything in one appearance.
And to our SKTV listener, like things for me is kind of changing gradually. Like since we got back, trying to make some adjustments. So during the weekdays now, I think it will be tough. So usually I think moving forward, I will be popping in on the weekend, hopefully. Maybe on Friday, because I got to come and fulfill our financial obligations. So maybe during the weekdays, if you don't see me around, and just know that our operation schedule is changing now. So I won't be available like before. So, but during the weekend, I will make sure I try my best. And some days during the weekdays, I will pop in, but it will not be like a guarantee. All depends how operations will be flowing from this end. So just so they know that, we didn't see me be like, oh, where's Monk? But I'm still around. I'm still here. I'm still committed to SKTV and the cause. But know that Friday, I will always, even if I'm late, I will still come with our offering basket. So just be expecting to see me most often on the weekends now as opposed to weekdays. Just so our people get to know. Yeah, like what happened today. I was so busy today. I had to make some runs, but thank God for everything. Thank God for where we are, but get that the hustle continues and things about to change a little bit for us.
Of course, we wish you all the best. We wish you guys all the best, man.
Yeah,
Steve.
Yeah, folks. Yeah, thank you. Let's call it a good night. Mr. Kanye, I'll see you in a little bit here. Let me put myself together.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and